So this is a bit of just a backstory to my XRP position and my thoughts on XRP. Obviously I follow pretty much most of the mainstream YouTubers when it comes to XRP. So I got into XRP in 2019. I think from memory it was about 17 cents. And at the time I bought 4,000 XRP then. Basically I read all the same information about everybody else, cross-border payments. Now Ripple were in there and XRP would be the media for this transfer of payments. So kind of swallowed all of the bump and it all made sense, and I like the idea of it. So, and this is before you kind of get into the politics of crypto. So I bought 4,000 at the time, and then there was a pump up at the end of 2019, and I sold a bit early, and I sold it all. Thought it was a mistake, so I bought back in again, and I bought 10,000 XRP back in at 23 or 24 cents because it popped up to like 28, I think 30, and then dropped it down again. And then since then I've basically not sold an XRP, I've added. So I've been adding now since end of 2019, so I've got a fairly decent bag now. It's currently, XRP is about 30% of my crypto. It's probably a bit more actually, it's probably 35% of my crypto, something like that. So it's a significant investment in XRP. And obviously I'm like everybody else, I hear all the FUD. And all of the crazy bulls and bears that talk about it's going to zero next week, or it's going to be a 500 and whatever it is, $68 or whatever, I can't remember the number. My thoughts on it are it's still a good project. It's got faces behind it, people behind it, business behind it. It's got investment behind it. It ticks all the boxes. If you look at crypto and think about which projects, forget the utility thing that people bring up all the time. I understand that and I get it. People say it needs to have utility. Actually, yeah, but it also needs to have people investing and people working on it. You look at, my best analogy for me, really simple, is Betamax versus VHS. You go back and you look at Betamax was basically a better format, but unfortunately, the investment went into VHS, so VHS won. There's a bit more to that simple explanation, but that's what happens. So it doesn't mean the best doesn't always win. And I see Ripple has some good. It has decent investment, decent backing. It's got faces to the company that I kind of understand the logic and I get it. So I stayed in it, and I'm staying in it. I do believe it's the risk reward for Ripple is good. I'm averaged out now at 49 cents. So I've been adding. I didn't add at the peak, but I did add some. And the last time I added a high was 96 cents. So it'd been up to 180, I think, and then came back down to like 130 odd, and then it dropped back down to under $1. I went down to like 93, and I bought back in at 96, thinking that would be a good position to buy back in. We know the history from there. Subsequently, it went back over $1, I think, and then just dived and went down to I think 52 cents. And I added back in again. And it started to go back up from 52 cents. So I'm kind of averaged out under 50 cents at the moment. My return isn't great as it stands at the moment, and I'm happy. I'll stay with it back down to 20 cents, 25 cents, because I know that's where I should have been. So my head says that's kind of logical. I'm also in, just for sort of transparency, let you know what else I'm in. I'm in Cardano, I'm in Solana, I'm in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the biggest part of my bag. But outside of crypto, I'm also in gold. A tiny bit of silver. I never really got into silver. I didn't think silver, because silver's used in industry, my logic then was silver would even though there's demand for industry, there's also a lot more businesses interested in supporting the fundamentals mining for silver. So I always saw there was an advantage in the mining companies, but I'm wrong, obviously, because the silver's gone up. But I always thought that silver would be, because of the demand supply scenario, and I still thought it would be lower. But anyway, so I'm in gold. I've been in gold since $1,350. So nice little pop over $2,000 in the last week. But XRP is the really one, my real risk reward one. So I feel that Bitcoin is nothing safe, but feels safer to me than any of the other. I'm not an Ether fan, so I've got no Ether at all. Well, no direct Ether at all. Primarily because potentially it's a lot of, I've lost my detailed understanding of Ether. I thought I understood it when it was developed and forked. I understood the project. I must admit now I've kind of lost track of the fundamentals of Ether. Gas prices obviously are very high. I'm not into NFTs at all. Again, understand them, just not something that interests me at all. It seems to be a pump and dump scenario to me. There's probably some utility in them, and I like the idea of the basic fundamentals of NFTs and keeping a connection with the original author or artist. But I'm outside of NFTs as well. I'm not in that. Yeah, but so XRP, what I see moving forward, XRP is obviously the SEC case is the big one for XRP. Personally, I'm not too bothered either way for XRP, whether it's deemed a security or not. That's not really going to affect. That affects Ripple and affects their bottom line. From an XRP's point of view, I don't see how it changes the direction of XRP. Just changes the way that Ripple use XRP, and whether they should have been making contracts with the people they sell XRP to. My take on it. Anyway, it may be, again, I'm no lawyer, and I do rely on the old Hogan and the likes information to see where that stands. But XRP, where I see it going, I mean, what I need and where my kind of exit plan is, I've got a original target of 10xing my XRP, really. So anything over $5 for me is where my original target was. So it's difficult at that moment. If, for example, XRP goes on a big run and it goes up past 5, and then I hit my exit plan and dump 60, 70% of my XRP, and then it proceeds up to $12, $13, $25, how am I going to feel? I should feel good that I followed my strategy, but I feel a bit gutted that I lost out on extra returns from XRP. But I'm never going to sell all my XRP. I'm going to hold 25-30%. That's always been the strategy, and that always will. Timing wise, when's it going to happen? I just don't know. I'm in no rush for it. I still think it's a good project. I think the global political situation, SEC situation, CBDCs with all the countries, inflation, all those factors have an influence on money flow. I know people talk about like Bitcoin being linked to the stock market. It's just money flow, isn't it? It's just literally fear and money flow. So it goes everywhere. So I know we're all being manipulated. Let's not pretend that there's a lot of money behind all this, and we're sort of like the small fry in a massive business. So, but I'm hoping that within the next few few years or next period of time in my life. So I sort of go on like a 5 to 7 year cycle. That XRP will come to fruition. I've just missed my turn. Well done, Kane. Will come to fruition, and then I can go on to the next part of my life, you know, next investments and that kind of stuff. But XRPs, that's where I stand. So I'm hoping for anything over $5, and I'm kind of going to be out. Turn here. Yeah, anything over $5, I'm out. And then next project after that, so I'll see what it is. But yeah, that's my thoughts on XRP and why. What I wanted to do was just sort of share my thoughts on XRP. I've been XRP for now getting up for 3 years. I like the project. I'm heavily invested in it. I don't follow the FUD, and I'm quite keen on seeing where it goes, and quite excited. So that's my thoughts. Anyway, have a good day. Cheers, guys.